If I was your best friend, I'd want you around all the time. Could I be your best friend if you promise you'll be mine? Greetings, Gemini, all placements. Now, Gemini, I do feel for some of my Geminis, you actually were pretty close. If not, you are pretty close. You are best friends. For my Geminis who are in a relationship that is not perfect, which, I mean, who's in a perfect relationship? But seriously, for my Geminis where you guys have already stepped out, you've already broken up a couple times or taken a break, you know, for those Geminis, this person used to be your best friend. You had a healthy relationship because you did want them around all the time, because you did have amazing chemistry and your inner child also really connected with their inner child. However, things just aren't quite the same. I was actually hearing I Fell Out of Paradise. It's a Chris Brown song. You don't love me like you used to. You don't touch me like you used to. Where did I go wrong? Where did I lose focus? When did you move on? It seems like I never noticed. I fell out of paradise and now it makes me want to cry or something. I don't know, he says something like that. And Gemini, you guys aren't really a crying sign. Like, you know, so if something moves you to tears, I dare you to move. I dare you to lift yourself up off the floor. Okay, that's Switchfoot, I dare you to move. Like, today never happened? Okay, I don't know. Some of my Geminis, there's an interesting debacle. You got yourself in quite the pickle. Pickle Rick. Maybe someone likes Rick and Morty. I've actually never watched a full episode of that, but my ex from like many moons ago, like 6 years ago, really loved that show. So that was my only familiarity with it. Although I do feel like I would be into it if I actually watched it, but I just don't have time to watch TV. I prioritize other things, like being outside. A lot of my Geminis, you like to be outside. That can actually be something that kind of turned you away from someone. For some of my Geminis, you can be like an outdoor buff, like you love being outside, you love doing all these things. And when you started this relationship, maybe it was like a breath of fresh air to like watch movies with someone or play video games with someone or kind of, you know, do different things than your normal outdoor routine. But after a while, after years or after months, when you started losing your physique or not being outside as much, the very things that you liked about the differences between your current partner are now the things that you resent and you like almost hate about them, or that they resent and kind of hate about you. And so it's like, where did I go wrong? Where did I lose focus? When did you move on? It seems like I didn't notice. Like, it fell out of paradise. I was also hearing, you just don't love me like you used to. I think I'm about to lose you. So I'm gonna end this now before things just confuse you. Now that's Mac Miller. Rest easy, Mac. Easy Mac with the cheesy raps. Love Mac Miller. Some of my Geminis, you could also really like Mac or really like Russ or like Chris Brown. I actually feel like a lot of you guys don't like Chris Brown, but there is something here where someone is like, what's going on? How do I choose? What do I do with this? Now at the same time, Gemini, there is someone that seems a bit taboo. I was hearing Avril Lavigne, sometimes I get so weird, I even freak myself out, I laugh myself to sleep, it's my lullaby. I'd rather be anything but ordinary, please. And Gemini, that coincides with you. A lot of my Geminis, you would rather be anything but ordinary. You're quite out of the ordinary, honestly. I mean, Gemini has the reputation of the twins, right? Get you a girl who can do both. Britney Spears on anyone for, you know, Gemini, you need someone who can, oh my gosh, what's that song? It's like a rap song. I need somebody who can match my freak. I don't know. She says something like that. You need somebody who can match your freak. And perhaps the person that you're with now, or your ex if you're single, you're realizing was pretty safe, was pretty like vanilla. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just when it comes to perhaps committing the entirety of your life, you need somebody who can match your freak. And it seems like there's this kind of taboo person that maybe previously you're like, yeah, no, I can't go towards that. Or there are like preconceived notions, or there are like judgments about someone, or there could even be gossip around a person. And you're like, absolutely not. can't go near that. But now that you're maturing, you're like, maybe all that gossip wasn't quite true, and you need somebody who can match your freak, and you would rather be anything but ordinary, please. And this person over there is definitely not ordinary. However, someone is just window shopping. That's also a 50 Cent song. You window shopper, mad as you see me ride by. Now I'm hearing hate you, love you at the same time. So this can also be one of those situations, Gemini, where someone can really be annoyed that they like someone. They're annoyed that they can't forget someone. They're annoyed that they're into someone, but they're definitely not into the person that they're either with or that they're trying to mend things with, or their most recent ex if they're single. So I don't know. Some of my Geminis, you can realize, or the person that you're dealing with can realize, you only date people who aren't really on your level because you don't want to have, I don't know, there's something here about deeper layers of insecurities, like dating someone who's safe because you don't want someone who's really going to challenge your insecurities or who's really going to push you. But now that you're maturing, you're like, man, I do really crave that push. Like there's something that's just missing. There's a missing ingredient. There's a missing something with the people I date. And it's because you're not going for people who really are full of power, who really have the, twins like you have, someone who can match your freak, but also match your physique, perhaps, match your lifestyle, and match your mind. Like Gemini, there's something here where it's like the very person that you fear the most or the person that you're judging the most is actually likely the person who is the true match for your mind. I'm hearing, like matchmaker of the mind, like someone who really does match your mind. And it's like you tend to date people who just don't get your mind, who you feel like you can share everything, but you still keep like a 10% over there in the closet that you wouldn't share with your current person. And that's what's kind of separating the connection. Like you're never going to get to certain layers of depth because there's a part of you that's compartmentalized that you kind of hide from your current partner. And maybe that's why there was cheating, or that's why they were stepping out, or that's why breaks had to be had, because the current partner or the recent ex, whoever it is, just you couldn't quite get on the same page with that. Whereas this other person over here that's like, I'd rather be anything but ordinary, please. Sometimes I get so weird, I freak myself out. That person, Gemini, would match you. That person can match your freak. And that person can meet you where your mind is at so that you don't feel any need to cheat or experience someone else, because that person can likely be like 20 different people in one, kind of like you, Gemini. Wow, again, they match your freak. But you've been too scared to pursue this person, or this person has been too scared to pursue you. Take it whatever side of the fence you're on, Gemini. But someone has been window shopping. Someone has been watching someone online. Someone has been, meandering around someone's social media. And it's like, just reach out. Just say something. And now I'm hearing, say something, I'm giving up on you. So yeah, that's one thing. Someone could not be reaching out because they want to fully end and complete one chapter before they go towards the next. Like they don't want to step on toes. Yeah, so we have manas. This is all about balancing the human mind. But again, Gemini, it is all about thinking about things. Yeah, for some of my Geminis, this can also be a belief system thing. Like someone here can be really science-minded. They can be not into spirituality, or they think that anyone who reads energy like me is a bad person or is a dark whatever, and because this is like my spiritual card. So someone here can be like very sciencey and someone else can be very spiritual. The funny thing is though, I am super sciencey. So like whenever people try and come at me with that, I'm like, dude, I was a forensic science major in college. I was also like atheist a majority of my life until I died and had my near-death experiences. And that's when I became a follower of Jesus Christ. That's my definition of being Christian, because the actual definition in the Bible is being a follower of the being Jesus Christ. It's not following the dogmatic cultish behavior that we see elicited in some churches. The definition is to be a follower of Jesus Christ. But again, I can't reason with anyone committed to misunderstanding me, which is funny that like a science-minded, intelligent person, or someone who would try and say that they're intelligent and science-minded, is so gung-ho on choosing to see me a certain way that is so false from who I actually am. Because someone here is doing that, Gemini. Someone is choosing so strongly to see someone not in the light of who they are, but in who their stories of their mind, their manas, has made up. And Gebo is a gift. This is also the lovers. This is very passionate. This is divine union. So there is a divine union here, but someone is so caught up in their mental stories that they're literally evading and pushing away their divine partner. Bless you.